And hello everybody, and welcome to part 6 of the PDC Dart Simulator UK Open Tournament. In the last part, we saw the first half of round 3 be completed. There are 48 players remaining. After this part, there will be 32, and we will then see the draw for the round of 32. We lost some big names. In the last round, we lost Rob Cross, we lost Eric Bristow. It's definitely an open field, at least it appears to be. However, we haven't seen some of the best players yet. We haven't seen Gary Anderson. We haven't seen MVG. We haven't seen Peter Wright. We haven't seen James Wade. A lot of power on this side. So I think we're going to see a lot of good darts today. So here we go. First up, Kevin Munch against Gerwin Price. Munch is certainly a bit of a surprise to make it this far, but hey, he's here, so he gets to take on guy who's won, I believe, 5 tournaments in the past few months. So, yeah, good luck, Kevin. Not 87 players. How about player 87? If I put 87 players, I would have to restart the game. Okay, how many legs? How about 19? And how about a 10-6 win for Gerwin Price, despite a pitiful average and a pitiful doubling, but he won. What can I say? If he had been finishing, he certainly would have had much better stats there. All right, so we will put Gerwin Price's name into the draw machine. All right, next we have Jamie Lewis and Tony Alcinus. And Jamie has no problem there. Pretty good game there. 97 average and a 10-5 win. I'm sure he would be satisfied with that. We will put his name in the pool. All right, next we have Chris Doby against Alan Norris. This should be a pretty tight game. And especially if I put in the right number. I'll cancel this game. Okay. And Alan Norris with a 10-5 win. Wow. Good for him. 3-5 for Doby, 5-10, 91-38 for Norris, and he will be going into the round of 32. Next up, Mickey Mansell, Peter Wright. Well, Mickey Mansell's certainly a feel-good story in darts. Won his first title last year. But he will not be winning the UK Open because he just lost 10-5 to Snakebite. 97 average, though. He played fine. Just a bit overpowered there. Peter Wright moving on. And he can change his darts in the meantime. For now, we have Steve West against Kyle Anderson. And the winner is Kyle Anderson. 10-5 over Steve West. Kyle Anderson going on. You don't actually see the module I'm plugging the names into, but it'll draw for me once they're all in. All right, Mervyn King, Steve Beaton. And we have a Steve Beaton sighting with a big 10-4 win. Well, this hasn't been much of a day for drama. Every match has been 10-6 or worse. Mervyn King didn't play particularly well. Up next, probably the highest standard, at least in terms of rankings, Ian White, James Wade. And who's going to take it? Ian White, 10-2. Wow, that's a massacre. He really put it to the machine on that one. Didn't see that one coming. I would have picked Wadey in this, but I guess in computer simulations. So apparently Ian White can play on the floor and in computer simulations because that was a good performance. All right, so we're going to put his name in. Okay, next we have Alan Warner and MVG. We could see a big average here, folks. Of course, that's true no matter who MVG's playing. MVG could be playing against me, and he could average a huge number, even though I wouldn't help him at all. All right, here it is. MVG only averaged 99. Not his best game, but it was good enough for a 10-8 win. That should be scary for the players. He played poorly and still won 10-8 against a, perfectly competent player. So bad news for the field. That looked like a possibly vulnerable Van Gerwen, but Warner couldn't take him out. So the rest of the field is not happy. Up next, we have Robbie Green and Jermaine Watamina. And what? Wow, Robbie Green. Where is that coming from? Well, I guess this was more about what Jermaine Watamina was not doing than what Green was doing. He won 10-2, but he only averaged 91. Looks like Watamina just did not compete at all in this game. It's pretty poor performance to average 83 over 12 legs, 2 out of 13 on the doubles. That's not going to win you anything. All right, next we have the Flying Scotsman, Gary Anderson, against Justin Pipe. And Gary Anderson is the winner with a 100 average. And it was 10-5. We still haven't had any particularly close matches. They've all just been smashes. Not a great day to be tuned in for the darts. Well, it's never a bad day, but not the most memorable day, unfortunately. All right, but there's still time. Up next, we've got Bob Anderson and Jeffrey Desvan. Wow, Desvan, what are you doing? Terrible performance. Wow, that is an absolute. That's 2 Dutchmen in a row that have just laid an egg on the stage. Well, Deswan, well, he is a streaky player. He's going home, though. So Bob Anderson. We have 2 Andersons now. Now we have Royden Lamb and Jelle Klaasen. And Klaasen will be going on. Lamb unable to improve much on his previous match. So Jelle Klaasen on to round 4. Next we have Dave Chizzy Chisnell and Johnny Clayton, the Ferret. Johnny Clayton. Wow, Chizzy, 9 for 45 on the doubles. I cannot say I'm impressed. I cannot say I am impressed one iota. almost the same average. But Chizzy just couldn't overcome his double troubles. He had 3-ton-plus finishes. How do you do that? You have 3-ton-plus finishes and go 9 for 45 on the doubles. I don't get it. But it is what it is. Johnny Clayton's going on. Is Wales still unbeaten? Clayton won, Lewis won, Price won. Well, yeah, Wales went 4 for 4. Wow. Well done to the Welsh. All right, next we have Brendan Dolan and Joe Cullen. Let's see here. And the winner is Joe Cullen with a big score. Nice 99 average there. He will be moving on to round 4. Next up, we got Cameron Menzies against Cody Harris. Two guys you might not have thought would have been in round 3, but here they are. Neither one actually has a tour card, but they're actually, I think they're 1 and 2 on the Challenge Tour in the real thing for the UK Open. So I guess it's not too big of a surprise that they're doing something. And the winner is Cody Harris. Menzies only averages 87. Cody Harris, a little better, 91. And he's going on. And the last match will be Paul Lim, the legend, against Dimitri Vandenberg. And it is Dimitri Vandenberg. 10-3, another 100 average for him. He is in good form. He may be tough to beat, folks. We will see. Then again, usually when I say that, they go average 83 and lose 10-2, so what do I know? I'm just the programmer. All right, so there you have it. There's the final result of this round. All right, so all the names are plugged in. I'm going to count them just to make sure I got them all. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 32. That's what we needed. All right, so there's the results of round 3. All the matches are in the books. So now we're going to go on to round 4. But before we go round 4, of course, we have to have the draw because this is the UK Open. So we're going to draw right now. So I'm going to tell it to start drawing. The first match we have, I'm not typing his name, Krzysztof Ratajski. And he will play Ron Muhlenkamp. The next match we have Jelle Klaasen and Cody Harris. Next on the list we've got Simon Whitlock and Mark Webster. Next up is James Wilson, Johnny Clayton, we have Scott Waits against Snakebite Peter Wright. In our next match, we will have Cristo Reyes and Jamie Lewis. In the 7th match, we will have Stephen Bunting. Oops. Against the world number 1, Michael Van Gerwen. And the final match on that side is going to be Glenn Durant and Dimitri Vandenberg, who we saw in a Pro Tour final recently. All right, other side, we've got Ian White against Gerwin Price. We have Robbie Green and Bob Anderson. Next up, we have Rod Harrington and Gary Anderson. Steve Beaton will play Mincer Suljovic. Next line, we've got Joe Cullen will play Ted Hankey. We just have 3 more matches to draw for. Kyle Anderson and Daryl Gurney. There's only 4 names left. Who are we going to get? We're going to get Ryan Joyce, Michael Smith, and finally, John Henderson, Alan Norris. There it is. There is the draw for round 4 of the UK Open simulation. I see several really attractive matchups. MVG, Stephen Bunting should be great. Glenn Durant, Dimitri Vandenberg should be great. Ian White, Gerwin Price should be a classic. But yeah, we got a lot of good darts coming up. So I'll put there's round 3 results again in case you wanted to see them. Our biggest average for the session went to Peter Wright, 102.58. It was also the biggest of the round. And we've had no 9 darters yet. Maybe we'll see some coming up. So there's the end of round 3. There's the draw for round 4. And we will see what happens in the next part. So, next part we will, of course, see all of round 4. So do remember to drop a like and subscribe if you're enjoying this. I'm certainly enjoying it. And it really does help me out if you do that. So please do. So do remember to turn in for the next part so we can see round 4. So until then, everyone, have a great day, and remember to love the darts. See you, everyone.